Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Rants About Tech Live. What do we got here? Number 253 for this Wednesday, February 4th. What is today? We got holidays today. I mean, today is National Thank You Carrier Day. Thank Your Mail Carrier Day, so don't forget to thank your mail carrier. We'll get to the rest of those a little bit later. But it's the Rants About Tech show where we talk about eInk news, talk about tech news, talk about random stuff along the way. I'm your host, Rod, here in sunny Philadelphia. Can we get the sunny Philadelphia cam? It's the sunny Philadelphia cam right there. With some of my crew here. I appreciate you guys for being here. We got Mitch, we got Rob, we got Aaron here early. I appreciate you guys. And good morning to you. We're going to be talking about some not really eInk news today, but I got a couple gripes about a couple of my eInk devices I've been using in my testing that I want to complain about. So we're going to do real eInk rant today. Walmart stocks are up, which is crazy. They were talking about Walmart stocks being up because everyone's shopping at Walmart due to inflation. When Walmart's doing good, pulling Target clientele, you know things have gone bad. Some of the Grammy Awards outfits I saw, all the pictures are coming out. It's been a couple of days. It's been a couple of days since the award show. And now all the pictures of all the outfits are coming out. It's ridiculous. If you've seen some of those, it's ridiculous. Oh, I'm definitely going off. I gotta go off today. How's it going, Dr. Lane? Good morning. What else we got here? National holidays. We got National Girls and Women's in Sports Day today, along with National Thank Your Mail Carrier Day. We also got Sri Lanka Independence Day is today as well. Now that's significant to me because I have a couple Sri Lankan friends that I met in college. Two brothers. They weren't twins. They were like a year and a half apart. They look like twins though. Both Sri Lankan. Helped me tremendously through a English class, no doubt. English class, it's a thing. So shout out to Sri Lankan Independence being today. What else we got? I think that's all for the holidays, though. Let's get into the tech news, chat. Okay. First off for the tech news, we got video game news. GTA 6. That's huge. That's a big thing. GTA 6 still on track for November release. Marketing campaign kicks off this summer. I think that was, it kicks off this summer. So let's talk about some of the details here. As part of Take-Two's earnings announcement today, the company, and today meaning yesterday, confirmed that Rockstar's Grand Theft Auto 6 remains on track for a release in November 19, 2026, this year. So there was no reason to believe it might be delayed again, but the company said today that it remains on track. So this is something that people thought was going to happen again. They thought another delay was coming for this huge game that's going to be released this year. But it's still on track for November. Take-Two boss Strauss Zelnick told IGN that marketing for GTA 6 will begin in earnest this summer. Anytime you're getting closer to marketing beats, you're obviously in a place where your confidence level is high as it can be, he said, as a GTX making he said of GTA 6 making it out in time this November. So higher ups at Rockstar are talking about it being on time for a November 19th release. So and talking about marketing being pushed. So good signs that we might actually see this thing in November. And I'm super excited for it. Oh, I love a good eInk rant. Well, I mean, I'm not. I don't want to make it out to be something big, but I do have problems that we're going to discuss. What else we got here? Next up, we have. You know what? I don't like that. This is. I should have kept. Okay, there we go. We're gonna keep this one. There we go. Sony continues to go on in all. No, this is Claude. What am I doing? Oh, there we go. Claude. I had it all in wrong order. Next up, we got Claude. So I hope Gemini does this as well, which is basically keep their particular chatbot ad-free. Unlike what we talked about earlier this week, whereas OpenAI, well, not earlier this week, I think it was last week we talked about this on a live show, but OpenAI is making their chatbot, ChatGPT, ad experience. So you're going to start seeing ads in your ChatGPT web client. So I'm like, well, I mean, I kind of expected this to happen, but I haven't seen it myself currently, so I don't really know what that experience would be like. If I saw ads in Gemini, but now looking at Claude saying that they're not going to put ads in their chatbot, I'm just like, okay, now I'm realizing how nice it is not to have any distractions in it, and that's kind of where they're going here. So let's go jump into some of the details here. Nearly 3 weeks after OpenAI, this is 3 weeks ago. I said last week. I'm in a time bubble. Nearly 3 weeks after OpenAI confirmed it would begin testing ads inside its near ubiquitous ChatGPT chatbot, a competitor Anthropic took the other side of the coin. Anthropic, known for its Claude chatbot and family of large language models, said on Wednesday that Claude will remain ad-free. We want Claude to act unambiguously in our users' interest. So we've made a choice. Claude will remain ad-free, the company said on its website. Our users will see sponsored links adjacent to their conversations with Claude. Users won't see sponsored links adjacent to their conversations with Claude, nor will Claude's responses be influenced by advertisers or include third-party product placements our users did not ask for. And I think that's huge. That's something you don't think about until someone puts it in words, right? Because I was initially thinking that the ads thing was like, yeah, this is the way things go, but I guess it doesn't, have to. Our business model is straightforward. We generate revenue through enterprise contracts and paid subscriptions, and we reinvest that revenue into improving Claude for our users, the company explained. This is a choice with trade-offs, and we respect that other AI companies might reasonably reach different conclusions. We want our users to trust Claude to help them keep thinking about their work, their challenges, and their ideas. Anthropic added further. Our experience with using the internet has made it easy to assume that advertising on products we use is inevitable, which is exactly the thought I was just talking about. I just thought kind of this is the way things go. But again, I guess it doesn't have to. But open a notebook, pick up a well-crafted book, or stand in front of a clean chalkboard, and there are no ads in sight. We think Claude should work the same way. And I agree. I agree with that. What do we got in the chat? The Rock says it's not just distractions. Ads and results sway results. Yeah, I get you. How trustworthy would a chat answer be if sponsored by State Farm or whatever? I agree to that. And like I said, I initially thought this is just the way things had to go, right? Because I guess the search era has trained us to see things that way. You trade your data to get your foot in the door to a service, right? And then if you don't want the data exchange, sometimes they give you ads, right? And ads is a trade-off for getting that service. Sometimes even if you pay for a service, you get ads, right? And I was thinking about watching Prime the other night. Now I don't know when Prime started doing this, but at some point my base Prime subscription stopped being enough to not get ads in my videos, and I'm just like, when did this happen? Because I don't remember seeing ads in the past, and then I just thought again, well, this is the way things go. You get ads now. You know what I'm saying? You're being served ads even if you're paying, and I think that's wrong. If you're paying for a service, I don't think you should get ads. Ads should be a trade-off of getting a service for free as a way to pay for it. Very good point, The Rock. That's what's the best insurance? State Farm ad. Yeah, exactly. So think of in real life a doctor sponsored by a drug company. That's called kickback. Absolutely. My cousin's now ex-husband was a doctor jailed for kickbacks. Yeah, and it works in the same way. It would work in the same way if that were the case, and we have no reason to believe that's not the case when you're being served ads. It's always influential. I mean, if you do your searches now, you get sponsored searches right at the top before you even get, it's like a whole page of sponsored links before you get to actual links or non-sponsored links. Mitch says, started seeing ads during a move headed right to the high seas and swapped mid-movie. Yeah. I don't, my thing is, I just think if you're paying, you shouldn't get ads. That's the way I see it. Or if they're saying, okay, we see that you're paying this amount, right? If you're willing to pay, but pay a little less, save some money, and then we serve you ads to make up the difference, I'm fine with that. But to take my tier that I've been always getting ad free and then change it to an ad tier is ridiculous. But again, I was just about to say that's the way that's the way it is. But Anthropic is saying, no, that's not the way it has to be. And I agree with that. It shouldn't have to be that way. All right, so last story we got up here is Sony files patent for generative AI podcast starring AI-generated characters. And I wanted to... There we go. That's the Polygon story here. And this is interesting to me because, again, AI slop taking over. And in a world where we're complaining about AI slop, Sony's doubling down. They're like, oh, you're sick of AI slop? We want to create more of it. We want to give it to you in your gaming experience. It doesn't have to be all bad, though, I guess. Let's take a look at the details. Sony Interactive Entertainment is seeking a patent to create AI-generated podcasts as spotted by VGC. These podcasts would be visualized for players, potentially when the first boot up of their console happens, and would recap news, deliver game recommendations, and discuss trophies recently acquired by the player's friends. So this is updating you on stuff. So it's at least it's giving you information on what your information. It's giving you your information, kind of like a music DJ, but not. We'll continue. Images from the patent application show the possibility of the personalized podcast showing up on a PlayStation 5's home screen. Let's get down here to some of these. In other news, this looks comical, but continuing. Below a row of installed games. It would be available in video or audio format, and other images show a talk show-like format with two hosts sitting behind a desk delivering news for the player. In certain instances, the audio may include a joke at the video game player's expense, notes the published patent application. Yeah, this looks creepy. But you know what? I don't know. I want the music AI DJ. And this is kind of like that, you know what I'm saying? But for video games. I don't know. It could be good. These Gen AI podcasts would just be for games, news, and hearing about what your friends are up to. Wouldn't be just about games, news, and hearing about what your friends are up to. Sony also wants them to recommend games. The podcast can suggest different. Here we go. Just what The Rock was talking about. Here we go. Influence, taking this opportunity. Let's take this opportunity. We have your attention to influence you. We're giving you some of your information, but we're going to give you some influence as well. Oh boy, you can't escape it. You just can't escape it. The podcast can suggest different games to different players based on the cluster to which the relevant player is assigned. These games recommendations can also be provided in the generative AI podcast. The patent reads, recommendations may be prioritized and jump out a little more to a listener to get the listener to note the recommendation. Of course it would. Why wouldn't it try to do more to get your attention? Do we have any more patent pictures? That was it? Just those two? Okay. According to the patent's abstract, Sony aims to present the news in the voice of a video game character of a video game already played by their respective gamer. Its description further reads, the podcast can even be a dialogue between two characters from the same game or different games that the player likes to play. I mean, it could be interesting. But probably not. All right, and that's all the tech news I have for you guys today. I'm really looking for some more. I'm really waiting for the big tech news to drop, you guys. It's a bit deep into the year for something huge not to have happened in the tech sphere. I get that RAM shortages are affecting a lot of products being launched and a lot of delays in products. So I know we're still dealing with that, but man, it's dry. It's dry out here. Next thing we got up is going to be some eInk conversations. Let's get right to it. I'm glad you guys deal with my singing and you don't crap on me for it being horrible. Thank you. I appreciate you. In eInk, no big eInk stories though, unless you guys know of any. I didn't see anything on the horizon. The Discord wasn't popping off about nothing real huge in the eInk chat, so I don't think there's much going on in the eInk space right now, other than people using their devices, figuring out new ways to do things, sharing ways to do things, and I think that's great, especially in a time like this when there's a lull and like big stuff happening. But I've also been using my eInk devices and noticing some things I don't like, and I mean I've I've talked about these things before. I'm just taking this opportunity to talk about them again. Take this opportunity to talk about it again. First things first. No stroke erase on Remarkable. I've been using Remarkable a lot lately. I've been using the Remarkable Paper Pro move, the remove, if you will, a lot lately. And the stroke erase is a huge thing that, like, I don't know how to describe this to you guys other than to say this, other than to show you what I mean. I know Aaron's going to have something to say. I know Aaron's a Remarkable fanboy now. I get it. Nah, Voya did a rant on the Scribe. What? Fill me in. What did he say? Let's talk about it. I'm just gonna. We'll just do another book here. So we'll just do. And then I'll write above it. Okay, now let's get down here. Let's get down to the nitty gritty here. This is why you need stroke erase, and this isn't even a drawing. You really need stroke erase for drawings, but this is why I need stroke erase for writing. Now, let's just say I wanted to move Hello World. Let's just say I wanted to move Hello World. Now, if this was a Boox device, it would be so easy for me to isolate Hello World from the time is. But with the Remarkable, there's nothing I can do with this. I have to erase the whole damn thing and then rewrite it if I needed to be separated. Because there's no way I can separate it now. With stroke erase, if I wanted to, I could just delete the two L's and the H, maybe the D, and move it. Or just if I wanted to, just get rid of the Hello World altogether. But without a stroke erase, I wouldn't be able to do that because there's going to be some remnants of Hello World in the "this time is" sentence above it. That's why you need stroke erase. There's no granular way to get in here and delete that D from the S. I have to rewrite it. I have to erase the D and the S and then rewrite it separated. You know what I mean? I'm just thinking, like I said, on a Boox device, I would literally, no matter which lines were crossing, if I just circled Hello World, it would know I wanted Hello World, separate the H, separate the two lines of text perfectly. It would move everything together. And the Onyx devices are the only devices that do that. Do I have? Oh, yep. So we got the we have the can I have a pen on this device? What? All right, let me put the pen in here. There we go. All right, so if I wanted to do something like that on the Boox device, this is why it's so. Oh boy, can we? Is there a blank page? It looks like that was a blank page. Okay, here we go. So if I wanted to write "the time is" and now the words are, the two lines are just like crossing, right? But Onyx just does a really good job of isolating what you want. So I could just select that. Oh boy, oh my goodness. Are the gestures on? They are. Let's try it one more time. I should just be able to select that. There we go. And it just knows that I want Hello World because it's on a different line than the time is. And I can just separate it. Oh, it didn't. Oh boy, it didn't work. Chat, this normally would work. But even so, if I wanted to do a stroke erase and separate it, I could. I can pick stroke erase from here. Is it stroke erase? Yeah, we're on stroke erase already. I can pick stroke erase from here and just, bam. I can just, you see what I'm saying? Without stroke erase, that's impossible. So that's one of the problems. That's one of the gripes I have with the Remarkable platform. And like I said, I've been using it a lot lately, and coming across that so many times when I'm writing. And I think the thing is because I know that it's possible on other devices. When I'm writing, I write in a fashion that I don't care because I know I can separate it. But then I'm like, damn, I'm on the Remarkable. There's no hope for me now. There's just no hope for me now. What do we got in the chat? Chat says, I think this will change his mind once he gets a color one, but he put it out there. Let's see what he said. He said you can't be done because it is locked down. Oh, hold on, let's see. He said that color doesn't matter because it's on the Scribe and you can't do anything productive in Amazon's lockdown ecosystem. He thinks the non-backlit version is decent as a Kindle. Oh. I purposely didn't watch that Scribe video because all he has been doing lately is rant on everything. Oh, snap. You know what? I won't say it. I don't need the hive after me. I don't need it. Okay, moving on. You can't import PDFs, mark on them, and export. You can import PDFs on the Scribe, right? He said markup can't be done because it is locked down. Markup can be done. What is he talking about? I'm not sure what you guys mean by markup. Color is critical for doc markup, in my opinion. Oh, marking up a document. I thought you could do that on the Scribe. You can't do that on the Scribe? They touted that feature on the Scribe, being able to write in the margins of documents and what are we talking about? I have no, all right, so let me just put my take on the Scribe out there. I have no, wait, let's bring the Scribe up. I have no, I have no problem with the Scribe, but I have no use for it either. I mean, so the thing is this, for me with the Scribe, let's get this up here. Let's get the fig up here. For me, with the Scribe is this. I can't. It's my affinity for eInk and my we'll just leave it at that. My affinity for eInk is not is note taking driven. It's helped me organize my life in a way that I just wasn't before. You know what I mean? And it's because I have everything all the time. So that's been a big improvement to my life. Like, so it's not really about reading to me. It's about second brain document taking and note taking for me. So maybe I don't read enough. I don't know what, I read a ton, but I'm reading technical documents and PDFs and stuff like that, but I don't really grab an eInk device to do that. Maybe that'll change for me sometime. And I'm still new to the eInk relatively. So, but the Scribe is a reader-centric device through and through. It's someone put it cleanly for me. The Scribe Color Soft is like the Scribes now are like the Cadillacs of their e-reader line. They're e-readers through and through. The Scribe is it's like the Amazon's version of the Go Color 7. Or the Go 7. It's an e-reader that gives you the ability to write, and the tools are, the Go 7 is still more capable because of the tools you get. But to me, I see them in the same vein. They're just devices that are really meant for reading, but you can write on them. The writing, what's sad about that though with the Scribe is that the writing experience is really good as far as how it feels. The pen is really good. The surface feel is really good. They just haven't nailed precision down. They haven't nailed some of these first generation problems. And this is a third generation device, if I'm not mistaken. So that's my problem with the Scribe Color Soft. It's not very useful to me. Now, that's not to say I don't see its usefulness, and that's not to say I don't see its benefit to the market, because you guys got to understand, when they do something like this to make Kaleido look as good as they have, that tells the rest of the industry that Kaleido can look really good. There's levels, there's the ceiling to Kaleido has not been reached. Like at least I thought it had. Like I thought Kaleido had reached the ceiling to where I'm like, well, you can only go smaller with the dots, right? That may make a difference, but it's still dot matrix color. You know what I mean? And anyway, I thought the ceiling had been basically reached with Kaleido, but no. Amazon has shown that the ceiling has not been reached, and maybe it still hasn't. Going back to the chat, we got and it's not Supernote he hates it all of a sudden. I don't understand the lockdown comment. I don't understand the lockdown comment either. I'm confused by that. It just says this is Mitch. I don't really understand it either. But stroke erase, I use it every day. I use stroke erase every day. Mitch says I think stroke erase would be hard to mod into. That's the only explanation I could see for why they don't. Well, the only reason I can see them don't having stroke erase right now is because maybe it's impossible to do with the technology that they settled on, right? It's got to be impossible to do because it can't be something that they can do and just choosing not to do because they don't think it's important. That's an integral tool for digital writing, period. I could erase with an eraser in that way because an eraser is way more accurate than an eraser on the Remarkable. So, an eraser is more accurate than the eraser on the Remarkable pen, right? The physical erasers on pencils. So where with a physical eraser, I could get in and fine tune my erasing. You can't do that digitally with a digital eraser. So not yet anyway. You can find plenty of reasons to avoid the Amazon ecosystem, said Mitch, without making stuff up. Yeah, absolutely. I don't listen. If Voya's going off on a I hate everything kick, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I gotta go check these videos out. Agree to recommend one to my brother, says Mitch. He's got a lot of Kindle books and is kind of interested in note taking. Aaron says the majority of people who are just looking for a paper replacement are good with the Scribe. To me, the Scribe is the bottom of the barrel when it comes to note taking. It's worse than the Remarkable, and I'm saying worse than Remarkable, like the Remarkable is bad. The Remarkable is better in note taking than the Scribe is. The Scribe is the worst note taking. The Pen Star is better at note taking than the Scribe is. The Pen Star's come a long way. The Scribe feels like the first eNote software, like Pen OS 1 or whatever they call it. That software that they shipped on the first eNote, that's what the Scribe feels like. It's like, what? From Amazon? This is the software you ship? The hell? With Panos let me down. I gotta say, Panos let me down wholeheartedly. I have no more faith in Panos. He can be strong-armed into releasing a product. And like I said, the Scribe, best image quality on an eInk device out there, period. It's just not for me because the note-taking is garbage. And yes, it's garbage. It's worse than the Remarkable. Let's be honest. I don't, says Aaron, I don't need all the books, tools, books, and Supernote offer to be productive. No one really does. They're just nice to have. I get that. Duroc says we're a note-taking audience, but I'd wager we're in the minority. Amazon's audience are probably readers first. Absolutely. And Amazon certainly sees their ebooks as a revenue stream. Right. And that's why I said this Kindle Scribe, even though it's being marked as a note-taking device, it's just really a really good, it's the best Kindle for reading you can buy. The image quality is the best eInk has to offer, so that lends well to reading. Not note-taking though. And like I said, there's still flash on that screen. It flashes like Gallery 3. It's got Gallery 3 level flash on that screen. It's got lots of problems. So you could nitpick about it, but being locked down, I don't think is one of those things. There's no more lockdown than Remarkable. You know what I mean? Aaron says it's more than the e-reader and capable of is subjective. We're in the chat right now are power users of eInk. I think the bulk of users are fine with limited note experience. I agree with that. And that bears off in the market, right? Because Remarkable is, outselling everybody in the space that's not Amazon, right, for e-ink devices. That says people are most people, the bell curve, right? And I showed that in a video of mine recently on the Scribe, the bell curve. Remarkables serves the majority of people. They don't really care about our niche little area of the e-ink market. I care about it though. Listen, I care about it. Mitchell says, hard for me to do. Remarkable could do it, no problem. Really? Mitch, dude, if you add stroke erase to the Remarkable, you'd be rich. I mean, I'm not saying you're not rich right now. You could be rich as a bee right now, but richer. My wife has so many options she uses, and she puts them all down to use her Scribe to write her book. Really? Wow. That's very interesting and telling. From first date to OCR, export the Microsoft and convert to second draft. I have a very specific use case. I need to write on Boox. Kindle has the only lay to do that in Kindle ecosystem on purpose. Yeah. Sheik, I don't know what you meant by lady, but I know you meant something else. You didn't mean lady. Sorry, stupid voice chat. Yeah, I saw that. More likely stroke erase, says Dr. or The Rock. Wasn't a huge focus to get their new color reader out the door. Stroke erase has not been a big priority of theirs ever, it seems like. It's just so weird. The Dollar Special, how's it going? Will the next Remarkable be Gallery or Kaleido? They're all in on Gallery. And I don't know if you guys noticed it, but they've made, I've checked my Remarkables out lately. They've updated the darker ink on the Remarkable Paper Pro, the bigger device. Whereas it used to be blue, a darker, you could tell that it was a dark blue. It's still dark blue, right? Because it can't produce black, but it's at least as black and as dark as the Remarkable Paper Pro Move now. So they've updated the color scheme a little bit to more mimic a black color. They've probably changed a few more things too, but that was one of the things that I noticed when I was writing, because I was using both devices the other day in writing a script, and I noticed that the inks were the same color, and I'm like, oh, the background display is still yellow as crap, so it still looks like dung, but they've at least made the blacks a little better, and I like that. To be honest, I would rather use the Scribe for learning notes over anything Supernote has. Learning notes? I don't know about that, Aaron. To me, for me, I only use the Remarkable as a quick note taker, as a way to say I'm not going to do, like, okay, I pick up the Remarkable for things I'm not going to do anything with. They're just like, okay, it's the best paper replacement I have. It just is for marketing now. Something they have really simple I have really simple folders on my Remarkable devices, really simple folders, and it's just about getting quick notes down. In a way that I think is appealing to me, because I love the way the Remove looks. I love picking up this device, and it's I don't know why, I just love it. So that's a thing for me. But there are things those things are, I'm not going to do anything with those notes other than look at them and recopy them down on a device that I am going to do something with it, if that makes sense. But for me, that's cool, because a lot of my thoughts go down in note form that way. I'm just writing random things down a lot of the times, and then reorganizing it later. And so the Remarkables help me do that, because I can randomly write those things down, and then do something with it later on a different device. I have devices for different purposes now. I feel like I'm doing. All right, what else we have here? Now, next thing I got up on the thing is, besides the stroke erase for the Remarkable, is going to be Supernote's not being able to make capitalizations on existing notebook labels. Now, this is what I mean right here. So let's look at this. Now, let's say I'm using. So let's just say I'm writing I'm taking notes on the Form 4 with the Nomad here, and I have my notes here. Can we get down a little further now that I moved that out of the way? All right, there we go. Actually, you know what? We're going to move this out even a little further. So I have my notes here, and the name of this notes is Form for notes, right? Now, let's just say I wanted to change the name of this note. So we're going to go to here, form for notes. And I wanted to add something onto it. Oh, you know what? I got one more gripe about Remarkable. We're going to talk about that in a second. Form for notes, and we're going to put a space there. And we're going to put today. Okay, that was crazy. Let's get rid of that. I know my handwriting is trash, but let's not make me out to be a masochist. Now, I put today, right? For some reason, today is not today. I'm writing it here. Watch, check it, chat. I'm just writing today. And it comes up as 1 oct A. It doesn't even give me today as a pickable word down here. Why am I having a problem with today? All right, let's try it one more time. One more time. Today. Okay, there we go. It did it. I had to write real slow. So anyway, now that we have that, and I'm going to press OK. Now let's say later on I realize, oh, I made a mistake. I got OCD and I want that T in today to be capitalized. And because I got OCD, I need it to be capitalized ASAP. So now I'm going to go to my thing. I'm going to say I got to rename that because I made a mistake. Now let's go back down here. Now I want to change the to a capital T today. Now I got that. It's capitalized now. I'm going to hit OK. Form for notes today.note already exists. So it won't let me go back and capitalize my T. Now, as someone who got OCD, I have to either go back and copy the note over and rename it the right way, delete the note, recreate it and name it the right way, or just deal with the fact that I'm not going to be able to have today in my note and just delete today because it won't let me recapitalize that. And because I got OCD, I'd rather not have anything there at all rather than have a non-capitalized word. So we're going to just do that and change it back. I don't like that. I got OCD, ADD, ADHD, and probably a bit bipolar. Okay, if we're being honest. Okay, if we're bringing out all the handicaps. And I'm a handicapped veteran. Your boy injured himself. Okay. Anyway, I don't like that. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. So I wish they would do something about that in the next update. I hope they, why wouldn't you be able to just, I made a mistake. Don't make me live with that mistake, Ratta. Don't make me live with it. Chat's going crazy. Let's get to the chat real quick. Remarkable would never release Kaleido. No, Remarkable is not going to do Kaleido. That's too ineloquent. It's not elegant enough for Remarkable. Okay, so no Kaleido. That messy Kaleido, Remarkable. Stop playing with them. Never. The real question is whether they'll do a new monochrome device to replace the Remarkable 2. Absolutely. They're absolutely going to do that. And you know what they're going to call it? The Remarkable Paper. You heard it here first. Listen, I'm on that train. I've been saying this for a year. It's going to be called the Remarkable Paper. And it's going to be the replacement to the Remarkable 2. Yeah, that's it. The Dollar Special says, I love to have Remarkable Paper Pro, but the slowness of the device and continuous flashes makes it unusable for my use case. Same here, which is why I can't use it for serious note taking. I just use it for the quick. I'm one-off. I'm just writing something down real quick. I need it to be, and I want to write it on a beautiful looking device. So that's, and the size of this makes it infinitely placeable anywhere I'm at any desk, at any surface. On the go, it's perfect. It's really, If they throw a good reader app on here, it's curtains for you. It's curtains for anybody out there who believe that e-readers will survive the market with this display right here and a good reader app. Oh my goodness. It's going to give the Kindles a run for their freaking money. Money. I see dollar signs in the chat. That's what's up. The Scribe is a learning notes taker using PDFs or books. The Scribe will be an excellent textbook replacement. Absolutely. That you can write on and take notes. Yeah, I think the Scribe will be an excellent textbook replacement because of how great the images look. Anything that's got to do with you looking at an image is going to be great on the Scribe. That's what it's built for. It would be, I wish I was in school still. I'd have a Scribe. I'd have a Scribe and Jesus. I'd have a Scribe and a Supernote, and I'd be good. Period. I mean, I still need a Boox product. You know what I mean? I still need to know their 5C. you got to throw some respect on it. I still need to know their 5C. It's probably the best device Onyx makes right now, in my opinion. And that's only because I don't have the Note Max yet. Transfer notes to a remarkable different device just to finalize on a computer is a wasted step, in my opinion. Transfer notes from remarkable to a different device. Well, no, not really. Because for me, rewriting is a part of my process. When I was taking notes in a notebook, back when I was using pen and paper, I would religiously write the notes, rewrite them just to write them neater, and then write them a third time for the organization. So me writing and rewriting something helps me retain the information and helps me see the information a little bit differently. So that's just a part. Rewriting is a part of my process. So I'd be rewriting regardless. I'm just taking the initial drafts down on a remarkable device. And the only reason I'm doing that is because I have them. If I was someone who's buying one device for one use case, one purpose, I don't know what I had to buy an Onyx device and call it a day. I'd have Note Air 5C and just be done with it. If you told me to pick one device, I'm lying. It would be the GOAT. It would be the 10.3. If I pick one device, just because of the contrast, it would be the GOAT 10.3 and I'm done. Give me the GOAT 10.3. If you give me one device, I'm good to go. Yeah. You give me two devices, I need a Supernote. If you give me two devices, I need a Supernote. As a matter of fact, I'm lying. You give me one device, it's got to be a Supernote because of the organization. The tools that the Boox products have are great, but they don't mean anything if I'm not as organized as I want to be, and that's what the Supernote devices do for me. It keeps me as organized as I want to be. Could I be more organized? Of course. But as organized as I want to be, I am right now. Remarkable Paper Pro is the best device for hyperlinked complex notebooks. Oh, Dave, how's it going? Good morning. The handwriting search even works on your writing on PDF. Listen, you are preaching to the choir here, Dave. Absolutely. I agree with that as well. I don't know if the Remarkable Paper Pro is the best device for hyperlinked complex notebooks. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know about that, Dave. I need an example. Duroc says, same dollar special. Handwritten e-notes actually make me less organized versus typed and searchable e-notes and Google Calendar. You need to really value the act of writing, which I don't particularly do, says Duroc. So for me, I do value writing. Writing is my easiest way to get information out. But after I get the information down, I always convert to digital text and I put it in Google Drive just because I want, if for no other reason than to have it searchable for AI. So AI can know what I have and say, oh, you have this. I made these connections. This relates to this in this kind of way. Because AI is really good at making connections that you don't see yourself. It's really good at that. So, yeah, all of my documents get uploaded to Drive instantly. None of my stuff even backs up. If I get the option, none of my stuff backs up to the native backup servers. It all goes to Drive, where it's instantly converted to text, and AI can then work its magic. I take classes online unless a device has a good functional browser, says the dollar special. I can't justify the dollars. Good point. Good point. And the Kindle has a browser. Scribe is a good tool for education for sure. I'm actually an author. I love to write more on eInk, but I also need it for other things. Dollar special man. Listen, he says a good functional browser is just can't justify the dollars. Man, if you can justify having more than one device, the world for eInk will open up to you a little bit for all that you're trying to do. Because if you're writing, to me, the Onyx devices aren't the best for writing. They have the most tools, but they're not the best for writing. That would be other devices. But you're right. If you're going to have one eInk device, to me, it should be, for my use case, it's got to be an Onyx device. Well, I'm sorry, I'm lying. It's Supernote to keep me organized. But if I have two, the second one's gonna be an Onyx device for sure. Usually write on computer, to be honest. Oh wow, okay. I agree. They'll call it paper, says Mitchell. Yeah, definitely. It's gonna be the remarkable paper. I have noticed the content creators with Supernote deals must have a clause in their deal that hate on other tablets. I would say this. You know what happens a lot of times? Relationships start to sour, right? Bridges get burned, and then you don't feel the need to talk nice anymore after that relationship has gone sour. So you're either A, more liberated to say what you really want to say, or B, the relationships ended badly and you're just trying to throw dirt. Me, that's why I don't make any of these relationships, because I don't feel obligated, good or bad. I say what the frick I want to say 100% of the time. And it keeps me from these situations like if I'm saying something, people are questioning what it is. Nah. If I say something crazy about a company, you know it's because I feel like it's crazy. Aaron says, I would like to hear what Supernote does with organization that Boox and Remarkable can't. I will show you, Aaron. I will show you. The organization is the best, bro. It can't be touched by nobody, which is why these things are my daily notes that I'm organizing for the Nomad, because that's what I use the Nomad for. And that's why I'm trusting the Manta to document all of my test results before I put them into Excel. The organization can't be beat. We'll talk about it. Not a debate. Yeah, no doubt. Just indexing, I believe Rod said, if you value that. Indexing is the key, but indexing is the key. You're right, The Rock. But knowing what to index and how, and then being given tools to do your own indexing is the power. That's the power of Supernote. Just indexing, I believe. Yeah, hyperlink complex notebooks. Think planners out. Custom notebooks like I built. They have hyperlinks built in, not created on the device. And you're saying Remarkable is the only one that does that? I thought that was a ubiquitous. Help me out, Chad. I thought that was just one of those features that was just everyone had. I didn't know that was special to Remarkable. Aaron says, so if you write the OCR to the computer, you really have no need to move from Remarkable to another eInk tablet unless you are writing on that platform. If you write then OCR to the computer, you really have no need to move from the Remarkable to another. You do, because Remarkable's exporting tools are not as good as Onyx, and that's what I would do. Take all my notes, go to my Onyx, my Note F5C or the GOAT, and then write it there, and then export it, because the export tools you get on Onyx far superior than any other format or platform, period. I can export right to a specific folder, and that folder already has instructions to, like, any PDF with handwritten text, convert to text, or handwritten strokes, convert to text. So it's beneficial for me to do it that way, but only on the Boox platform, because they're the only ones that lets you pick a folder to export to and will export that in a format that you choose. It is, the export options on Onyx, man, can't be beat. Stop playing with them. You better put some respect on Onyx, bro. You gotta put some respect on the name. Indexing on Boox, in my opinion, is better than Supernote. My table of content travels off tablet. Dude, no. And no one can touch, Onyx cannot, or Boox can't touch Ratta and indexing. I should make a video about that. I've talked about the menus, but I didn't talk about indexing specifically and get into the nitty gritty with it. I should do a video about that because their indexing tools are phenomenal. I have a full-fledged hyperlinked planner template on Boox, so it works here too. Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. I wasn't sure if Dave, I'm not saying that they are the only device to do it. I like it. Oh, I like it best. Gotcha. I thought you were saying they were the only ones to do it, Dave. That's open to preferences, right? How you like to see things look and the tools you like having available to you. Yeah, a lot of this is all personal preference and all use case specific. So, could you show the browser function on the Kindle Scribe? Most people I see don't open it and close it. All right, let's check it out, Dollar. Let me go grab it. I'll be right back, you guys. All right, so we're back here, and this is the Scribe color soft here, and it does have a browser. So let's take a look at that. You know what else? Amazon tried to copy. Amazon tried to. Man, you guys, let's turn this off for a second. I love holding this device. It feels so good in the hand. It doesn't get as much use as it should, but it doesn't feel as good as it should in the hand. Or it feels so great in the hand, but I should definitely, anyway, best image quality. But one thing too, the case here, they tried to copy Remarkable with the case. They are so off. And this just goes to show you, just because you know how you can copy something doesn't mean you have the panache. Doesn't mean you have that golden touch that the other company had to make it perfect. That doesn't mean that you cared about those minute details. Amazon, not even though they don't care about those minute details, they don't even know about those minute details. That's something no one even taught them about. They're oblivious to those little minute details that Remarkable obsesses over and gets 100% right. This case is a knockoff of the Remarkable case, but it's so bad of a knockoff till it just, you instantly feel how cheap it is when you're like, they should have just gone their own way, made it like this, but gone a whole different direction with the design instead of trying to like rip off Remarkable. Like everybody rips off Remarkable's designs, guys. Okay, I'm here to tell you, their designs are so good, everyone rips them off, but they couldn't do it. They tried to with this case, they didn't succeed. Okay, they didn't succeed. Anyway, browser. Here we go. Where did we to? Oh yeah, we got pulled down here, and then, or was it pushing up to get to? Is it the back button? There we go. So we got to go back here, and then at the bottom we got more at the bottom down here. Let me see if we can see. Can we see that? At the bottom we have more down here, and if you go to more there, you get this list right here, and then you get web browser there. So we can go ahead and open the web browser. So this is the browser, and this is the browser I was showing the birds on here. But we can go to, like, let's go to ESPN.com. Can we get ESPN? They make this look so good, Chad. The flashing, terrible. The refresh rate, terrible. But the images, phenomenal. Okay? Phenomenal. And I wish there was a way to change that, right? A way to, configure how much flashing you want to deal with. But once it's done doing its thing, the images are phenomenal. Anyway, this is the browser there, dollar special. And to close it out, you just hit this X button right up here, and you can close the browser out when you're done with it. And that takes you back to your default screen for more. And then from there, you can go back to your workspace, go to the library, or go to home there. All right, so that's the browser right there. What else we have? What else we got in the chat? David Taylor says, "I'm not okay." There we go. Please, because you can't bulk merge and export with Supernote. Bulk merge and you can bulk merge and export. What? And your exporting point makes Boox a better choice at less for me over Supernote for organization. I don't know, man. The exporting tools are why I cannot be without a Boox thing or device right now. It's, man, I'd have a hard time being without a Boox device, a Supernote device, and a Remarkable right now. I need all three, to be honest with you, chat. I need all three. How I've integrated them into my workflow. I need all three. I need all three. It's the big three, boys. It's the big three. Supernote has better UI and writing feel and partner app. That's it. Nah, Aaron. It's got way more better than that. You keep discounting the quick access feature. If I throw nothing at Onyx except the quick access, that trumps everything Onyx does. I don't care. That trumps everything. Durox says different priorities on organization, probably, Aaron. You value exporting and outside control of your devices. Makes sense. Rod Moore handles organization on a single device. Different strokes. Yeah, definitely different strokes. Yeah, I handle all my organization on a Supernote. It is my second brain. I would not be able to function right now without a Supernote. If someone forced me to go back to pen and paper, I'd be so upset. I could get away with it on an Onyx device, but I definitely couldn't get away with it on having just a Remarkable. I could not organize my life right now with a Remarkable. Absolutely not. It's just a paper replacement. It's not for organization. And once you look at the Supernote as an organization device, it starts to make sense to you in a different way. Supernote using third-party plugins to organize after exporting, while Boox can do similar exporting on tablet. Agreed. I agree with that. Onyx is the best for exporting. Thanks a lot for that. I appreciate it. Says the dollar special. No doubt. Appreciate you, bro. Yeah, even on the best device, the browser of experience will be hobbled compared to any laptop. Lagging, flashing. Yep. I mean, the browser on all these devices is not very good. I'm gonna be honest with you. But at least with the Onyx devices, you can kind of configure it a little bit to be usable. But they're the only device that allows you that kind of flexibility. Experience equals eInk. Yeah, absolutely. Stop with that quick access. Aaron, you need to stop with denying the quick access. Listen, I'm gonna show you guys this quick access menu. I can't hold you. Listen, this quick access menu is the bee's knees. All right, how you get to it? You swipe down, which is to me dumb. I don't like this. They need to find a better way to do it. But you can get it open no matter where you're at in the device by swiping down. It's perfect. Swiping gives me access to 8 notes here. 8 notes, documents, or folders. Let's get down here. 8 notes, documents, or folders right here that I can just click on and put in any order I want to. Say I wanted this down here, I push it down there. I want it up here, I can put it. If I wanted to take it away, I can do that. It's just, and not only that, that same menu gives you access to your recents. You can click here to open your last open document. If you know you open the same document over and over again and you go between those, this lets you switch back and forth between that document, and it doesn't even have to be in it. Oh my goodness, chat. Oh. It's just too good. Too good. And then stop it. And then check this out. This is one of the best features of their organizational tools on Supernote. I'm in a note right now. This is my Form 4 notes note. If I hit this thing right here, I go back to the folder. It takes me to the folder that note lives in. So now if I wanted to, I can create another note in that folder right here. I got my file hierarchy here. I can go between. Oh, come on. Chill out. From here, I can create a Word document. I can go to my favorites from here. I can favorite whatever notes are in there. Come on. They kill it with the organization, man. And a lot of it is giving you the power to index your own notes and organize it how you want it. They're not just saying, "Oh yeah, this is how we want you to see it." No, you can have it how you want it. They're like Burger King. They're like Burger King. Your way. Mega Mini. Oh, thanks for joining. How's it going? To your way. Can you listen to the song? Oh my. Okay, here we go. We got another troll here. But you know what? Welcome, troll. You're welcome here. All trolls are welcome until you start being too trolly. Then we got to get rid of you. The Scribe has a pop-up that says this browser has limited memory and is intended for use with simple websites. Sites with animations or other complex features may load poorly or not at all. Yeah, it says that, but I haven't had a problem with it loading anything yet, Dave. I think they're just giving people, they're setting people, they're tempering your expectations. They're like, this is a browser, but just take this note. I haven't had a problem with any website I've ever gone to on the Scribe. The pop-up can be disabled or may just pop up one time. Oh, okay. That's interesting. The amount of time it takes to set up quick access, you can do the same with Boox and your home screen. No, you can't put a note on your home screen. Stop it, Aaron. Stop it. So Remarkable has the same quick access as Supernote as well. No, what? Remarkable doesn't. It has a recents tab that you can get to and favorites, but that's it. Yeah, Aaron, we've done this before. Boox version of quick access is the recent docs homepage. Exactly. I get to it with a single tap, similar to Supernote swipe. No, the recent doc homepage only lets you have one note at a time. That's the problem. Oh, the recent docs. Yeah, but the problem is with recent docs is you have to be in the recents already. And that recents isn't in the order that you choose. It's in the order that they last were opened. Quick access lets you put them in any order you want. And you can not only put notes there, you can put documents and folders there. Honest don't let you do that. Supernote don't or Remarkable don't let you do that. Aaron, you a hater. You're a hater, Aaron. Yep. It's not just the recent multi-switcher. The multi-switcher only lets you have one note at a time. You cannot have multiple notes in the multi-switcher. That's my thing. If they change the multi-switcher to accommodate multiple notes, then we're talking about then it's a different conversation we're having. Right? No, I'm speaking about notes, recent files, 12 most recent notes, and it's set to go there by pressing the home button. No, I'm speaking about notes, recent files. Yeah, you can. Yeah, all right. So in that workflow, The Rock, what you would have to do is, I know what you're saying. In that workflow, what you would have to do is you would have to set your home gesture to your recent files. So when you hit the home gesture, it takes you to your recent files. Or recent notes. But you don't get to organize those in the way that you want. The quick access menu trumps the recents in that it already has recents right there. And you get to organize a set of files how you want them organized. And again, it's not just files. It's documents and folders too. You guys are discounting the Supernote. Yeah, I don't know why. You guys are Supernote haters. That's what Dream Frankenstein e-ink device, and how much money would you pay for it? Yeah. You do know docs, PDFs, and notes live in the same place. So Remarkable does the same as the quick access without a limit. You mean the home screen for the Remarkable is just saying the thing that you can organize the way you want? You can't what are we talking about? You guys can't. All right. So if any one of you guys can show me that you're able to organize a group of folders, files, and documents in a list and organize all those different form types or file types in a list the way you want them organized. That's the important thing here. All 3 in a list organized the way you want them organized. If you can tell me and show me how any other format can do that, I'm here for it. But none of you guys have told me that. Oh my goodness. So I think you guys have your way of doing it, and that's cool, but Supernote's just better. Okay? Supernote's just better. It's just what it is. It's just better. Chat. I think that was all the e-ink test we had there. Let's get into the Form 4 test. So I wanted to show you guys what the Form 4 was able to generate. What the Form 4 was able to generate on this particular machine as far as the nibs go. Before we get out here, I wanted to show you guys that. It's going to be different strokes for different folks on these e-ink tablets, and we could debate all day, and that's what it would result in. Oh, you know what? Can we take this off? All right, so we should. I can't wait to get this e-ink podcast started so we can have debates like this all for an hour long. No 2-finger swipe down on Remarkable. 8 files. Why do I care which one is at the top? No doubt. 2-finger swipe down on your Remarkable. Let me know what you see. Better quick access than Remarkable. All right. So what we have here is the first prints I got off the Form 4. Now the first thing I noticed off these prints was the base is so dang on thick. The base is thicker than the thing I want to print. And I'm like, this took longer than the nib to print. The base took 2 hours to print. The actual nib took 1 hour to print. So this is just, so I had to go in and change it. So, but when I did go in and change it, they failed. Let's see, can I pull that up here? There we go. When I did go in and change it, they failed. So this is how it looked on the build plate when I tried to go and change the size of the base, the raft, if you will. And the print failed. So I got some more optimizing to do. We're gonna put that 1% print failure to the test. Anyway, so this is what we got here, and I mean, the thing I like about this is it's super precise. So I mean, for it to be 4K and not 16K. I mean, it looks super precise. And that's the first thing I noticed about the actual nib itself. Can we? Sony, why are you not? Sony, Sony, why are you? You disappoint me, Sony. What's going on? Yep, that's two. Okay, there we go. Okay, so you can kind of see the sleeve here. Now, this is not hollowed out. It didn't hollow it out, so this is basically a failure for me. The machine didn't hollow the center out. But what I realized is that the radius of the shaft here is supposed to be 0.9 and it's 0.85. So even smaller. So what I'm thinking is maybe I can increase the layer height, because this is 25 microns right here, the layer height. Maybe I can change the layer height to 50 microns or maybe even 100 microns and get the accuracy up. Now this went below, so that's to me that's a win. If it can go below, because the problem I was having with the Saturn 4 is that it wasn't printing the shafts small enough. They weren't going below 0.9. Like I was having a problem getting it 2.9. So it was at 0.95 millimeters or 1 millimeter. But to get it at 0.8 something millimeters is promising, which says to me that it's going to be able to do, or should be able to do, what I'm asking it to do. I just need to adjust and fine tune the settings a little bit and get a good print. But in any event, I wanted to take a look at this because this one I pulled away from the supports here. Oh, that's too close. All right, this one I pulled away from the supports, and you can't really see it because but the clear is really clear. I will say this is the clearest resin I've dealt with so far. It's the best clear as far as it being transparent and not cloudy at all. I didn't have to do anything to this to get the prints that I was using before to be this transparent and shiny. I had to coat them with a coat of the resin and cover the layer lines, right? But this is so nice that you don't see any layer lines, and on top of that, it's super transparent. But anyway, I wanted to break these. I haven't tried to test the toughness of them. This won't work for my needs, but I can still like test the toughness of the resin to see if it'll hold up under me pulling it. And I've been pulling this all morning and haven't pulled it apart yet. And typically I would be able to pull the head from the shaft of these models on with the other resins I was using. With the exception of that one resin we tried the last time. So that Tech resin was really good. And it lasted a lot. So hold on. And that lasted a good while. So what I want to do is see if I can hold this end with the pliers and pull this end and try to pull the head away from the body. And to test the brittleness of this material too, because this is a new material to me. I don't know how brittle it is, how strong it is or anything. I haven't done any testing with this yet. This will be the first. So I'm going to try to pull the head from the body, and I can't. Okay, that's a definite improvement right there. All right, now even the fact that I can grab the pliers with the shaft and squeeze down as hard as I had to squeeze down to try to pull the head off and it not slip, that force and that, yeah, still there. That force, it still didn't pop off. So the shaft broke before the head came off from the shaft, and I think the shaft broke because I was grabbing it with the pliers. But the point is, grabbing any shaft with any material that I was using before this one would instantly result in a shaft being squished and come off. I was able to clamp onto the shaft and pull and hold some pressure to it. This material is going to be infinitely better than the material I was using. So if nothing else, using the Form 4 last night taught me that I can make the material that they have to make things with is a lot stronger than what I had been using. And my decision to go with this machine to make the strongest nib that I can was the right decision. And I'm glad I held off on putting those out, because this is going to be supremely more durable than anything I've used before. And this is the weakest of the three materials I have, because I have the clear, the black, and the white. The clear is the weakest of the three. The white is the strongest, and the black is like mid. But if the weakest of the three is stronger than anything I've used, I'm super hopeful for this material right here, that it's going to be able to house the nib and keep it safe and be sturdy enough to where if something were to go wrong, you'd still be able to recover the nib from your stylus. Two-piece pipe. You don't want squished shafts. No one wants that, Mitch. Y'all trying their best to let that whole thing slide. The rock. I know how it sounds. Chat. All right. So anyway, even though I don't have a good print yet, I'm hopeful because the material is super durable and strong. And what's even more is this these particular prints that I printed last night, I didn't even cure these the standard way. So the way that I cured them was just a 5-minute room temperature cure, and that guarantees more precise models, but you can extend the curing time and add heat to make the part even stronger, more flexible, handle more tension. So I can increase the characteristics of this by curing with heat. So, I mean, even though this is dumb strong right now, yeah, I feel like it could be even stronger if I need it to be, but I don't really need it to be. I want it to remain as flexible and durable. And speaking of which, let's take this off the supports and see how. And that came off pretty good. That came away from the supports pretty decently. Not bad. All right, let's see how easily it bends. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Okay. I don't know if you guys can see that, but this is... Oh, man, it popped off. Sprung away. And because I'm not going to be able to find that, let's try a different one here. Let's try another one. Let's bend this one. Wow, its bendability is awesome, because if I had done this to any other nib that I've been using prior to this, this would have that would have snapped it. Like, I could normally do this with one of the materials that I had been using before. I could do this. There we go. I could do something like this, and the nib would be bending, and I would only be able to do that like 4 or 5 times before it snapped. This, I bent it in half, and it's almost returned back to its normal shape here. And again, it has some rigidity to it. If I wanted to increase the rigidity, I could, like I said, cure it with some heat and for longer, and it would make it even more stiff. But man, this material that's gonna do it. That's gonna do it. That's gonna do it, chat. I'm super happy with it. I'm super duper happy with it. He's still talking about it. This is a lot of shaft talk without a pause. LOL. No doubt. My bad. Pause. All right, so you guys, thanks for joining me. This has been Rants About Tech. Monday through Friday, we do this 10 a.m. to 11, or in the case of today, 11:30. So whenever. We talk about tech news, talk about eInk news, talk about 3D printing. We talk about random stuff as well. So if you like this kind of content, hit the like, consider joining us, consider subscribing, and consider getting the chat badge by your name. Hit that join button. Hit that join button. You can do it. iOS, you got it there. Thanks guys for joining me. I really appreciate it. I'm going to get right back to 3D printing right now. That's going to be my life, finding out how I can best make these nibs. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to be able to find a material that I'm happy with. Finally, it makes me feel good about holding off, and that lets you know my commitment to putting out a quality product, chat. I'm working on Kaweco and Lamy EMR build and give away both rod custom nibs. Ooh, I wonder how many people would be interested. You know, a lot of people would be interested, Aaron. A lot. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining me. I hope to see you guys all tomorrow. And until then, take care.